Recently I watched a video about culture shocks experienced by an American who'd moved to Australia, and today I'm watching another video about culture shocks, but this time it's by people who moved from the UK to Australia. So being British, this will be maybe a bit more relatable in the comparison. Be interesting for me to see as well. Tell me what you think about these as always, and yeah, looking forward to seeing this one. Let's check it out.
Here are 10 culture shocks that we experienced moving from the UK to Australia. Number 1, the roads here are huge.
It's not just big, it's huge!
And we have yet to experience a pothole. Now that is a huge difference to driving in England where there'd be a pothole every 5 minutes.
Yeah, so many.
But the roads here are so big and they're so long. As in, you just drive straight for miles. Anywhere you go, it's just a straight road.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's nice and easy, especially where we are on the Sunshine Coast. Yeah, no potholes. Great for suspension.
And do you know what? I actually enjoyed driving here a lot more than I did in the UK. In the UK, I hated it.
Yeah, you were terrible. You would never drive. You were a passenger princess.
And here I'm like, within the first week, yeah, I'll drive. It's just so much nicer. Everything's really open and really wide and just straight, and it's so easy to just navigate the roads.
Yes, yeah.
I love it.
It's good.
Yeah, that's what I noticed when I drove in Melbourne. It was just such an enjoyable experience. I noticed that even when you get outside and onto the bigger highways, not just long but wide highways as well in comparison to the UK. UK, a lot of the roads are smaller and definitely, as they say, in a quite bad state of disrepair. A lot of potholes. I went back to Scotland a couple months ago and yeah, I was just kind of shocked by the state of the roads. Driving there is quite, not a challenge, but just not as enjoyable. Wyatt, is this the case everywhere in Australia? Are all the roads kept in good condition? Is it a nice place to drive everywhere? Do you pay road tax? How much do you pay for road tax in Australia? How's it calculated? In the UK, it's calculated, I think, based on the engine size of the car. The higher it is, the more you pay. Is there a similar system in Australia?
Number 2, everywhere is super clean and really well maintained. So we're talking about the paths, the roads, the shrubbery. I don't know why I said shrubbery. I mean like the plants and the trees.
Yeah, the plants.
Plants, not the shrubbery, the plants. And to be fair, I think I've only seen one bench that had some graffiti on it.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no rubbish, there's no litter. Actually, we did see one cup once on the floor, didn't we?
We did. Saw one cup.
Where is all this litter coming from?
There's public toilets everywhere.
Yes.
They're really clean and well maintained. You know, they don't stink of piss.
Disgusting!
Always in the UK like that.
Like the majority in England do.
And they also have showers and changing rooms in the public toilets.
Yeah, some of them do. Yeah, so you can.
Well, like separate, but in the same.
Yeah, I think that's especially towards the beaches as well. There's loads of parks. Loads of parks. So many parks.
And they're so big, and they're completely different as well. So each time you go to a new park, there'll be something completely different.
Yeah, you've got dog parks.
Oh, dog parks. That is cute. So they've got little tunnels and little obstacles in a fenced area that the dogs
Is that
can
a
just
thing?
play
I've never
and run
seen that
around
before.
in. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's
Everything's
awesome.
like really open and spacious and colourful as well. It's just very pretty.
It is. Number 3.
I've never seen one of those dog parks mentioned on another video. That's really cool. Tell me if that's like, is that normal? There are a lot of them. But yeah, again, going back to the roads and the state of disrepair that the UK is in, the lack of investment or care in the infrastructure. It's really sad, as I said, when I visited recently, even things like graffiti, I seen it everywhere, rubbish strewn everywhere. When I went to Australia the last time, it was super clean, super nice. Why do you think that is? Is it like the government planning just to keep the place clean? Is it just people's own sense of civic responsibility to just take care of the place and keep it tidy? It's definitely being lost in the UK, unfortunately. But yeah, it's awesome to see like Australia's just such a clean, enjoyable place to live.
3 is the scenery is unreal. As soon as we got off that plane at Brisbane Airport, even at the airport, I thought, oh my goodness, this looks beautiful. Driving down the roads, we're constantly like, oh, look down that road, look at that road, look at this tree.
Yeah, it's so much more colourful than you realise. I don't think phones and cameras capture it quite as much, but
No.
I felt like in England as well, there's very much when people say it's a grey hue to England,
There
and then you
is.
visit somewhere like here and you really see all the colours and the brightness and the sunshine,
Yeah.
you kind of agree, don't you?
Yeah. And it makes such a huge difference to how you feel and how we just want to go out and be out all the time because it's so bright and so colourful and beautiful. And it's everywhere's really like an open space as well, like beautiful skies, massive.
Yeah, you don't feel crammed, like the weather's great, it's colourful, really great for your mental health. You just want to get up and go and experience it all, don't you? Definitely really helps with like the healthy lifestyle that you're trying to build.
Yeah, that one definitely. Again, when I visited Scotland in August, step off the plane, and it happens every time I go back. It's like someone's just put a grey filter in front of your eyes. It's just very depressing, not nice. When you see those images of Australia, those like vibrant blue skies, the green trees lining the streets, it's just another world, honestly. And it's definitely, as I say, it's like so much better for your mental health, for your general happiness, to be outside and just like have vibrant colours and just see nice things.
Love this one. Free parking at shopping centres and along the beach.
Yes.
Say no more.
Never in the
I'm
UK.
still suffering from paranoia of trying to find a pay booth.
Yeah, so we parked up the first few times at shopping centres. We got out of the car thinking, looking around for a sign saying, we're like, well, how much is it to park here? We'd circle around the whole car park 5 times, just being like, where's the sign? How much does it cost? Until we saw a sign that said, like, out of hours parking will incur a charge. And we thought, oh, well, it must be free. That was a huge culture shock because obviously in the UK you pay for parking everywhere.
Hello, I like money.
Everywhere.
There's
It's so
a
expensive
lot of
as
free
well.
parking around here. Some of the busier places you'll get maybe up to 3 hours free, and then you'll start paying for it. Some of the smaller shopping centres you can be there all day free.
Yeah.
They have these signs as well, 2p, 3p, so you can park there for 2 hours, for example, on a 2p without paying unless it says metered. But there's a lot of free ones in there. You just got to go somewhere for a bit. You're still not paying for it in the prime location. No, it's really good.
Yeah, love it. Number 5, the customer service here is top dollar. Not what I meant to say, it just come out. Number 5, the customer service here is really good. So when we went to Woolies for our food shop, we got to the till and the lady at the till started packing the first bag for us, and we just kind of stood there like, okay, it's fine. And then when that bag was full up, we started packing our own bag, and then she looked at us and was like, are you all right doing that? And I said, yeah, we're from England, we're used to it. She was like, really? Like, she was really shocked that
Yeah,
we
we
had
need to
to
like pack our own
bag.
things
Yeah, it's
in the
not like Lidl
UK.
with their
Get it for as quickly as you can.
lobbing it out the door and into your car. Like,
Yeah.
That is what it's like.
bags. They definitely take their time as well, don't they? They're not that you don't feel like you're in a rush or anything. You can have a nice conversation with them.
And that goes for other shops that we've been to as well, like the Good Guys, which is good for your electricals. Just everything's
Never
so
heard of that shop,
chilled,
I
like
don't
no
think, actually.
worries, and just trying to help you out. And it seems like they genuinely want to help you as well.
I think it's part of the culture, isn't it? They're a lot more friendly and outgoing than the typical English person, I think. Just the interactions you have, even just small little conversations.
Yeah, really good. Number 6 is that everybody is really friendly. So kind of linking to number 5 in terms of the customer service, but everybody else as well, when we've been out for walks or just bumped into somebody at the shop or like some cute little dogs run over and we're stroking the little doggo. Everybody's been really kind, really friendly and really chatty.
It's kind of the norm over here just to have little chats.
And people smile at you when you walk down the road. So weird. Coming from the south. Are we from the south?
Yeah, from the south.
Duh.
Coming from the south of England, where you wouldn't smile at anyone. You'd think, what is going on? Something dodgy happening. But it's been really nice, really refreshing.
Very welcoming. Yeah, you don't feel like everyone's miserable. You feel like you can make friends out here quite easily.
Yeah,
Oh, friend.
we'll get to that point though.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed, and I still tell people today when I talk about Australia. It's probably the only place I've ever been in my life where people just walk around, seem happy, like I've got smiles on their faces. It's like so noticeable compared to like any other country I've been. Walk by and people will really just smile at you, and I know maybe as an Australian that sounds weird to like observe that or to say that, but I've never seen it anywhere else. People just genuinely happy with their life and just day to day. Go to UK. Even places like Scotland have a reputation for being friendly. We are very friendly once we talk and stuff, but people look kind of miserable when they're walking around. Like in Australia, it's just like everybody's so happy, man. I love it. It's great.
Number 7 is that second-hand cars are a little bit more on the expensive side.
They definitely hold their value a lot better over here. You can almost be paying not far off a new price, to be honest, for a car that's, you know, a few years old with a few miles on it. They definitely retain their value. I think it's because it's a little bit harder to get brand new cars. There's like a 6-month wait, and obviously you need a car everywhere you go around here, so there's a lot more need for them because the public transport isn't as good. So
at least not in this sort of Sunshine Coast area. It's getting there, but it's not as well established as in the inner cities in Brisbane and Sydney, for example.
So if you're outside of the cities, you definitely need a car. The price reflects that.
Yes, my darling. Number 8, the police respond really quickly and to petty crimes as well. So there's a couple of examples that we've heard of. For example, there were some boy races and their police came and arrested them. And I just thought, in England, that would not happen. They'd be like, we can't turn up. They're so underfunded.
There are a lot more petty crimes, aren't they? Like opportunity crimes, or just being a little bit silly, really. They're nothing too serious compared to the UK.
Of course, you're going to have a range of crime wherever you go. Don't get us wrong. But just from the couple of stories we've heard, the petty crimes, for example, another one, a car was stolen and there were 5 police cars turned up and arrested this man.
Once again, someone left their car
always the
open,
case in
someone
Australia?
took
That's really
the
good to hear.
opportunity to take it. They responded really quickly, didn't they?
Yeah.
They didn't get far.
And actually, off the back of this point as well, it feels like a really safe place to live. I think because of that, it makes you think, oh, brilliant, the police respond. Like, at least a couple of times that we've seen it, it makes you feel safe. I mean, of course, there are...
like the petty opportunity ones, more so. You do feel safer, even though stuff can get nicked. If you're silly about it, like you don't lock your doors, and if you do, you're all right.
Yeah. Number 9, you get more value for your money when it comes to houses. So a lot of them are open plan living. A lot of them come with a garage, a utility, walk-in wardrobes, aircon as standard, at least from our experience. And they're generally a lot bigger as well, so you get a lot more space.
I love them, especially the walk-in wardrobes. Nothing used to annoy me more than you get a little box room and you've got to stuff it with a wardrobe and you've lost half your space already.
Yeah.
I love the open plan living with like a lot of the kitchens as well. They'll link to the dining room living area, and you'll have like a breakfast bar that separates them, and there's no walls, nothing. It's all very sociable. They're just designed better for everyday living. Just pantries, the wardrobes, the utilities not being in the kitchen when you're cooking and stuff.
And a lot of en-suites as well.
A lot of the main bedrooms have en-suites as well. Little bonus. They're designed a lot better for living in, I think, than England.
And socialising.
Yeah, England has a lot of walls. They just separate everything.
Yeah, you're right.
That's true.
Number 10, the weather. Now, the weather is an obvious one, but it's really good. Number 10, the weather. Now, this is... Number 10, the weather. This is a really obvious one, but it's so bright and so beautiful, and it's such nice weather all the time. It just makes you want to be outside. And generally, people's lifestyle and health is a lot better as well. I think because that weather lends itself to the whole fitness industry.
I mean, it definitely encourages you to want to go out and do it, and because you have the decent weather year round, especially in Queensland, you just want to go out. You don't want to be in the house. You want to do stuff. Just do a lot more hobbies throughout the year, whereas in England, you still can, but it's just, who wants to get up in the freezing cold and go out and
it's harder, isn't it? But naturally now, we just want to be outside all the time. And I guess because it's a new place as well, we want to explore it, and that weather just allows you to do that.
Year-round hobbies all the time.
It's brilliant. So those are the 10 culture shocks that we've experienced.
That's really cool. Yeah, definitely make it so enticing to like want to move to Australia, man. Just like such a great lifestyle. That's why I watch these videos. It's like I think I'm just trying to convince myself to like put in some effort and like try and just move there with my family. Everything's great. Even the last one, just the lifestyle, just being able to like not be bogged down by the weather and not have to like just stay at home when the weather gets too cold like it is in the UK, or like here in Malaysia where sometimes it's just too hot. I know like people in the UK probably be like, how can you complain it's too hot? But here it's 32 degrees every day. Trying to go out during the day sometimes with the children is quite hard. They just get too hot and stuff like that, too annoyed basically. Australia's just got that perfect climate for most of the year where you can just get out and about and just go to parks, go to the beach, have like a good lifestyle, man. So yeah, tell me what you think about these culture shocks. Thanks.